I am Jana Bosonko, and this is QTV Midday News coming to you live from our studios along Caraba Avenue. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main local news headlines. During the presidential Meet the People tour at the Central and Lower River regions, more Gambians have dialogued with the president and pledged support for his government and appealed to the president for access to basic amenities such as water, roads and electricity. The Minister of Tourism has announced that the UK government has given the green light for its citizens to visit the Gambia in the upcoming tourist season. Contracts have been awarded to companies to construct a 50-kilometer roads in preparation for the Gambia hosting the OIC Summit in 2022. Those were the main headlines, and now the news in detail. Do stay with us. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV Midday News, and I am Jana Bosonko. Now, during the presidential Meet the People tour at the Central and Lower River regions, more Gambians have dialogued with the president and pledged support for his government and appealed to the president for access to basic amenities such as water, roads and electricity.
A huge crowd of supporters from Nyamina West, Nyamina East and Dankunku in the Central River region received President Barrow at Nyamina Dankunku to dialogue matters of nation building. It was in Nyamina West district the National People's Party claimed its first electoral victory in November last year in a by-election for a National Assembly seat. This meeting commenced with people consistently giving assurances of complete support for the president and demands for his interventions to provide them with the basic needs such as access to clean drinking water, electricity, good roads, farm machines and markets. Residents spoke to the president over a common concern about a 23-kilometer major road linking the villages in the district and which is in poor condition. The road starts from Choya along the Trans-Gambia Highway to Jakoto at the ferry crossing point to Kawur. Residents say the road has been neglected by previous governments. Tourism Minister Hamad N. Keban, the governor of the Central River region, Abasanyang, spoke of the president's commitment and accomplishments in roads, electricity and transformation of the health sector in the last 4 years, adding that some of these basic needs will be addressed. Adding that some of the basic needs demanded by the people will soon be addressed. In response to the concerns raised over the poor condition of the road to Nyamina, President Barrow announces that he will earmark the road among his first projects in 2022. A similar announcement was also made by Hamad Nkeba, who revealed that the 2022 budget will factor in the construction of the roads.
Nyamina naɓe ngolɗo laawol moɗon ko he programme am wonno kono programme o heewi laabi ɗi keewi leyɗele men ɗe en kewani jawdi kono gandon wondema 2022 tam keso garowo 5 years Adama Barrow garowo ɗo o ngol laawol moɗon ko ngol wonta laawol folo ngollammi.
For easy access to emergency response services, there is the announcement of the distribution of ambulances in the Nyamina districts. As in other meetings, President Barrow announced the distribution of tractors for Jareng Palanding and Dankunko and a power tiller for Pinyai Mandinka.
Janjambure magati ɗum woni sara janjambure men osana ɓe bohol mo ganduɗa o yadade gadin ɗum no o yada e solar system kadi ako bohol on ɓe wona sinna janjambure sate o to bari bohol o ñing anin gadinole bitañola anin solar system o fana bitañola ate dahal ñanga bantan he jamagen on kala ko système goto ɗo gadin ɓe keɓat bohol.
In what has been a regular feature of this tour, there were people claiming to defect from other parties. In this instance, there was an announcement by some who claimed to be GDC supporters switching their allegiance to the NPP. This dialogue with the president marks the end of the presidential tour at the Central River region. Mohamed Lamin Chai, QTV News.
Mamadou Lamin Choi there with the President on tour. Now, the Minister of Tourism has announced that the UK government has given the green light for its citizens to visit the Gambia as a safe destination in the upcoming tourist season. In this wake of this development, government has devised strategies in line with health measures and for economic recovery in response to the pandemic. Mamadou Lamin Choi has more.
The announcement highlights the positive impact of Gambia's handling of the coronavirus pandemic. The Minister of Tourism, Mohamed Nkeba, tells us about the latest decision by the UK government on travel to the Gambia.
I think the whole country is aware, the whole world is aware that Gambia has been given the green light in UK, and the British government are allowing people to come to Gambia and spend holidays here.
Upon receipt of information from the UK and a presidential order for swift action, the minister updates Gambians about the consultation between the tourism and health ministries on strategic measures for the reopening of the tourism sector.
Upon consultation, that with effect from 1st of October, any visitor to the Gambia, any visitor, if you have a Q&R code, or you have a certificate certified that you are fully vaccinated, you are free to come to this country without PRC test, without any rapid test, and you will not be quarantined.
The UK government has also lifted travel conditions on Gambia's diplomatic passport holders traveling to the UK, which is to be finalized after consultative assessments with health officials in the Gambia.
British government also have agreed to lift some of the conditions for those carrying diplomatic passports. They have only certificated few countries certificate in the world. They will be sending a team to the Gambia in consultation with the Ministry of Health to look at the Gambian certificate. If they are satisfied with that, Gambians also will enter Britain without any test certificate or anything else. Mr. President, we congratulate you so much. And the world congratulate you.
Gambia is a popular holiday destination for tourists from the United Kingdom. According to World Bank statistics, before the COVID-19 pandemic, nearly 41,000 tourists from the UK visited the Gambia annually. While the pandemic still grips the world, countries are opening for recovery of their economies that have been massively devastated by the impacts of the coronavirus pandemic. The impact has been felt most in tourist-dependent, such as the Gambia. The announcement highlights the positive impact of Gambia's handling of the coronavirus pandemic. The Minister of Tourism, Mohamed Nkeba, tells us about the latest decision by the UK government on travel to the Gambia. Upon receipt of information from the UK and a presidential order for swift action, the minister updates Gambians about the consultation between the tourism and health ministries on strategic measures for the reopening of the tourism sector. The UK government has also lifted travel conditions on Gambia's diplomatic passport holders traveling to the UK, which is to be finalized after consultative assessments with health officials in the Gambia. Gambia is a popular holiday destination for tourists from the United Kingdom, according to the World Bank statistics. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, Mamadou Lamin Choi, QTV News.
The Gambia OIC Secretariat, in collaboration with the Ministry of Works and the National Roads Authority, on Tuesday awarded contracts to 2 companies for the construction of 50-kilometer roads in preparation for the OIC Summit in 2022. Babukar C attended the ceremony and he fastened this report.
Following a transparent, competitive and open bidding process, the Evaluation Committee, a multi-stakeholder body comprising government ministries, government agencies and independent observers, have announced the following companies as successful bidders. Construction of Lot 1 is awarded to SSTP, CSE and Alfat respectively, while Lot 2 is awarded to Pavifort, Huta and Gambisara. There are 3 joint companies for each lot, including a local Gambian company. According to officials, the Saudi Fund for Development, the financiers of the project, has approved the committee's recommendations. Yankuba Diba, the Chief Executive Officer of the OIC Gambia Secretariat, says the urban area will soon graduate from the never-ending inconvenience caused by traffic congestions.
I assure the public that the Secretariat will leave no stone unturned in going the extra step to make the Gambia proud on the world stage. Today's event is testament to that. We are gathered here to witness another milestone in the form of an award of contract ceremony, 50 kilometer 20 urban roads project. Under this project, 20 new modern roads will be constructed across the West Coast and Greater Banjul area. We are all living witnesses to the perennial problems of traffic congestions that commuters have to grapple with daily.
Momodu Senghor, the Managing Director of the National Road Authority, said once completed, the roads will add value to our infrastructure and transform lives.
When constructed, they would significantly add value to the much needed internal traffic circulation and distribution in our most prominent urban setting during the hosting of the OIC Summit and beyond. This will also usher in immeasurable socio-economic development in the project zone. And I am of the strong conviction that this is one of the projects that will transform the lives of Gambians.
The Minister of Works, Transport and Infrastructure, Bailamin Job, said the awarding of the contract is a great achievement.
So these are the roads we are going to address. And address means upgrading them, providing them with drainage and proper surfacing so that they could be motorable throughout the year in all seasons.
Minister Job further announces the cost and the expected completion time.
The contractual amount is $20.9 million. For Lot 2, the amount is $20.4 million. And the duration for the contracts is 14 months. 14 months, yeah. Yes. Now, there's a lot of congestion, there's a lot of traffic, and we are going to be facing a lot of challenges. So we need, as we go along, as the project unfolds, to redirect this traffic. And there is going to be a serious traffic management effort that has to be in place.
The contractors gave reassurances of their commitment to providing the country with quality roads with proper drainage system, unlike many of our current roads, and street lights, all to be ready within 14 months. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
From that story by Babu Karsi on OIC road constructions, we will go for a short commercial break. And when we come back, we have some more local news stories for you. To stay tuned.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV Midday News, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Now, ahead of the presidential elections, the ECOWAS Commission has concluded a two-day training for peace actors in Basse.
Actors were drawn from several organizations and institutions that have a critical role to play in elections. They include the Inter-Party Committee, registered political parties, traditional and religious leaders, local authorities, civil society organizations, the security, the Independent Electoral Commission, the media, women, and youth representatives. The training is important for the maintenance of peace and security ahead of the December 4th presidential elections. Sereny Mamadou Ka, the program officer at the ECOWAS Commission on Democracy and Good Governance, says it is important to advocate and nurture peace before, during, and after elections. He added that people should put their country first.
A wise man said, if you think peace is expensive, try war. And those are very wise words. That means that everybody must do everything possible to make sure that we live in peace. And ECOWAS as a sub-regional body, of which Gambia is a member, a founding member for that matter, we have seen what has passed in the Gambia for the past 22 years. We all witnessed the impasse, how people were tensed, how everybody was jittery. And we all know from there that nothing is better than peace. And ECOWAS has experience also in managing conflictual situations in the sub-region. We've seen conflicts in Liberia, we've seen a conflict in Sierra Leone, we've seen conflict in Cote d'Ivoire, we've seen conflict in Guinea-Bissau. Prevention is always better than cure.
The Alcalde of Basse, Seluba, a participant, said peace and security is the bedrock of any development. He appeals to political parties to advise their supporters to maintain peace.
If there is no peace, you cannot relax. I am still advising the people to maintain the peace and security of the citizen. That one is paramount. Nobody can compromise to those two things. Peace and security. We have to cherish that very well. We have to make sure peace and security prevails in this country.
At the end of the event, a joint declaration was made by the peace actors, which was read by Mariama Jammeh on behalf of the participant.
Noting that the skills, knowledge, and experience gained would assist in promoting effective dialogue, negotiation, and mediation before, during, and after elections. The workshop enabled the participants to take cognizance of and appreciate ECOWAS's constitutional convergence principles, normative and legal frameworks for free, fair, transparent, credible, and peaceful elections.
During the past decades, the West African region has witnessed violent conflict, coup d'etats, civil wars, and political instability in some member states. This training is deemed necessary to encourage social cohesion and discourage hate speech, which could lead to electoral violence. Alhaji A.F. Jallo for QTV News.
Alhaji A.F. Jallo there. We apologize for that interruption earlier. Now, a diaspora-based civil society organization known as Chakubantang Diaspora Network, in collaboration with an environmental group, Green Up Gambia, and other partners, have embarked on a tree planting exercise to combat the effects of climate change. Don Williams' report is narrated by Mamadou Gajaga.
Climate change is affecting every country on every continent. It is disrupting national economies and affecting lives. Weather patterns are changing, sea levels are rising, and weather events are becoming more extreme. According to many experts, the situation is very worrying and requires a multi-stakeholder solution. The Farafenni Marathon Association, Help Gambia, and Chakubantang Youth Association and other partners are all taking part in the exercise. At the event, Dauda Cham, the National Project Coordinator for Help Gambia, explains the purpose of the initiative.
Our partnership with Chakubantang Diaspora Network Association started sometime last month when we had an exercise, a cleanup exercise with them, and we were very much inspired from that cleanup exercise, and we told them that we were going to have a tree planting exercise with our partner, Green Up Gambia, and we would want to partner with them again. And they informed us at that instance that they normally have a tree planting exercise every year, and we can come together to partner.
Ibrahim Akante, the representative of Green Up Gambia, and coordinator Summer G. Green also spoke on the event.
What this Chakubantang Diaspora Network Association, what they have done is they are partnered with the Kabilos, that is the wards in Farafenni, and each Kabilo will take a portion, and then each individual also, they already selected some individual who will take some trees in those Kabilos and they will plant.
Mr. Kante is optimistic that a lot of seedlings will be planted.
All of them will be planted, because what this Chakubandang Diaspora Network Association, what they have done is they are partnered with the Kabilos, that is the wards in Farafenye, and each Kabilo will take a portion, and then each individual also, they already selected some individual who will take some trees in those Kabilos and they will plant.
Lamin Bunja Diba, who represents various associations, explains.
This tree planting had been done here for the past few years. It's just last year that we couldn't do it because of the COVID. We have planted many trees over the years since 2017, and this year also we came to repeat the same exercise, although it is on a larger scale this time around, because we have more trees and of course more varieties of trees this time around.
When asked about the strategies put in place for the sustainability of the seedlings, this is what he had to say.
We are taking records of every person whom we will give these trees, and we'll take record of the number of trees or the type of trees that we have given you. And a few months after, we'll organize a monitoring exercise to come and make a follow-up on all these trees to see who has maintained these trees and who has not maintained.
Yahya Job, the vice chairman of the Farafenye Marathon Association, also spoke about the importance of trees in our environment.
You can see that this year the national disaster that happened in the Gambia, but if you look at where it happens, it affected the North Bank region more than the other places. We have to plant more trees so that to prevent these national disasters.
Climate change poses a fundamental threat to places, species and people's lives and livelihoods, which makes the fight against climate change everyone's responsibility. Some of its effects are already here, but we have it within our hands to do something, however little. Mumudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Now, following the resumption of schools on Monday for the beginning of the academic year, a reporter in the North Bank region, Don Williams, went out to find out the level of preparedness at some schools in Farafenye.
Academic year had been a very difficult one due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which remains a cause for concern. After the rainy season holiday, it is again the beginning of another school academic year. Principals, head teachers and students are bracing for a return to school amidst the pandemic and preventive guidelines. Daniel Gomez, the principal of St. John's Basic Cycle School in Farafenye, spoke about their preparedness for the academic year.
We've kick-started the academic year 2020 and 2022 with God's blessing, and we hope that we will see the year successfully.
Mr. John Gomez, a teacher of the school, also had this to say.
Today, I came to this school and then I met my students back. They are all in good health and in good shape. And I am also wishing them for this new academic year, I'm wishing them good luck. And whatever they are learning, that may God Almighty help them and open their mind and increase more wisdom and knowledge to them.
Nene Ture, a grade 3 student, expressed delight to be in school again.
Today I am very happy for coming to the school. I am in grade 3.
Modu A. Ture, the vice principal of Farafenye Upper Basic School, also explains their level of preparedness.
With the level of preparations, we are almost set because all the classrooms have been distributed and the students have begun to know their classrooms. The teachers also are on the ground. The timetables are set for both teachers and the classroom. So I can say that everything is set. All that we need to do now is to allow the various departments to meet and discuss the planning.
Susan Saku is also a student at the same school.
We are prepared, though it was not nice at all because they told us that we were going to open on the 13th, and now they told us that on the 20th. Yeah. And now that we have opened, I was wondering how can we open without the grade 12s finishing their exams. So they told us that they have already arranged for that. And today we went to the school and everything was fine. But what we didn't like was that we were to go morning shift, but they told us to go to afternoon shift until when the grade 12s finish their exam. But that's nothing because it's only for 1 week.
The schools we visited so far, it appears both principals, teachers and students are looking forward to a new academic year. Don Williams reporting for QTV News.
Wishing all students a wonderful academic year. Now, before we leave, let's take a quick look at our main headlines. During the presidential Meet the People tour at the Central and Lower River regions, more Gambians have dialogued with the president and pledged support for his government and appealed to the president for access to. Minister of Tourism has announced that the UK government has given the green light for its citizens to visit the Gambia in the upcoming tourist season. Contracts have been awarded to companies to construct 50 at 8 p.m. for more news.